Hey guys, here today showing you how to do a oil change on a 2013 Ford Focus. This has a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. I think the Focus STs and the Focus RSs, obviously they come with different engines, so I'm not sure if it's the same process. But this is just a regular model. I think it's an SE model. This should apply to all 2011 through 2018 models. I think 2018 they switched to a new body style. But yeah, this is a 2013. The first thing I would like to do while I'm up here is to loosen up the oil cap. That way when you go to drain it out, it'll come out a little bit faster. I just loosen it up and just set it down on the sides fine. And you can just leave that open like that. And then we'll have to move under the car to remove there's a pretty, like a fabric kind of a splash shield that's held on by T30 Torx screws. So you will need a T30 Torx screw. It'll look something like this. Show you what it looks like. Something like that guy, that's right there. T30. You'll need to loosen up all of the screws that are holding on the fabric cover. And then we can go on ahead and get to the oil drain plug and the oil filter. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you down there now. Okay, this is the cover I was talking about. It is held on by various T30 screws. There seems to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe, that are holding on. 3 in the front and 3 in the back. So go on ahead and loosen these all up and take the cover off. And you can just set the cover down in the back, like so. Okay, now we have clear access to get to the drain plug. The drain plug is right there where I'm pointing my finger at, and obviously the oil filter is right here. So I'll go on ahead and get the correct wrench for the drain, and I will let you know what that is. Okay, so looking up at the engine now, you got the oil filter here that you can spin off. I like to use this type of plier here to pull these off. But first you'll need to drain the oil. The drain plug's right here. It's a 15mm bolt, so go ahead and loosen it up and let it drain out. As that drains, you want to make sure that you take the drain plug and clean it up. Clean all the excess dirt and grease that's on it. You can just set it down for now and let this drain out completely. Okay, once it's drained a little bit, or for a fair amount of time, about a minute or 2 or so, go ahead and put the just hand tighten the drain plug back in so it doesn't leak anymore. You can go on ahead and pull your drain pan forward so you can go ahead and remove the oil filter now. As I said, I like to use this wrench right here. It works really good, and it's adjustable to all different sizes. Usually these are not, sometimes you can just loosen these by hand, but in case you can't, this wrench works very well. Just like that, it's already loosened. Now you can loosen it up and remove the oil filter. Before you install any new oil filter, you want to make sure you open up your new oil and just dip your finger into the new oil and rub it around the gasket here. Make sure that you get the gasket, get new oil in the gasket so that way it has a good seal. Don't put it on dry because it might not seal properly. So it just takes a little dip of your finger in the oil and then just rub it around the new gasket. After the oil filter housing is drained, for the most part, go ahead and take a rag and wipe the area so that way your new oil filter gasket has a good place to seal. ahead and screw on the new oil filter. You can just hand tighten it as best as you can. There's no need to torque down on these a whole lot. I only hand tighten them. I mean, obviously everyone's strength is a little bit different, but for the most part, a hand tighten will be just perfect. So just tighten it as much as you can by hand and just leave it like that. Now what I like to do, now that the drain plug has been, you know, hand tightened in there, I take the drain pan back one more time and I loosen up the oil drain plug one more time, just to get any last bit of oil out of there, to make sure I have it all out for about another minute or so, and then we can go on ahead and tighten everything up down here and move back up top to refilling the engine oil. Okay, now that this thing should be fully drained out, go on ahead and put the drain plug back in and tighten it up. I do not know the exact torque number. Usually these things do not get torqued very much, maybe around 20 foot-pounds or so, maybe 17 foot-pounds, honestly. But don't quote me on that. I just tighten them up by hand pretty snug, and that should be plenty. And make sure that you wipe around the drain plug to get any excess oil off. So I'll go ahead and just snug this up a little bit, and we should be good. Make sure you wipe all the excess oil off. Then you can go on ahead and pull your drain pan back out. Now we can go on ahead and reinstall the fabric splash shield. Pretty much just take it and hold it up and line up the screws and put it back together. Okay, the shield's back in place, so we can go on ahead and move up top to fill up the engine oil. Okay, we got everything buttoned up on the bottom. Now you pretty much just take whatever oil you have. This engine takes 5W20. I use synthetic oil, but whichever oil you choose is entirely up to you. It takes 4.52 quarts of oil. Not sure what that might be in liters, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put in 4.5, and then I'm gonna check the dipstick, and it should be fine. But yeah, pretty much just fill up the engine oil now. Go on ahead and put the oil cap back on, and then you can go on ahead and start up the engine and let it idle for about 2 or 3 minutes, just to make sure oil pressure gets around and that it warms up a little bit. After that, you'll be done. If you do have an oil reminder light on your dash, I will have a video showing you how to reset that. Just go ahead and check out my channel and you'll see it on there. Or I probably will have a box somewhere in the corner of this video showing you how to get to that video. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any comments or questions, please ask them in the comment section below. If it's your first time to the channel, I appreciate you guys stopping by. Please hit the like button, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the way out. Alright guys, thanks a lot.